Hey everyone, it's Aaron, live to you from my house outside of Richmond, Virginia. A little rainy this morning, and I decided to kind of chill around the house, bum around in the hoodie and ball cap, and get some work done. And I want to play this little live video here and answer a question that a lot of my clients and just general business owners, small business owners, ask pretty regularly. They'll have a email opt-in on their website or something like that, and they ask me, well, I have the email opt-in, and why isn't my list building? Why am I not getting subscribers? And in answering the question, looking over their websites and stuff, I found a few pretty common denominators. So let's kind of blast through those real quick and kind of see, where your email opt-ins fit within here, and if you're gaining traction with your subscriber base or not. First question is, where is your email opt-in? Is it on the middle of your screen? Is it somewhere buried somewhere on your website? Does it slide in? Does it come in somewhere else? You want to look at that. Is it intrusive? Is it detracting from your core mission of your website, your core drive for your website? So you want to take a look at where your opt-in is entering your site, whether it's on the site already, sliding in, popping up, somewhere. Okay, so take a look at that, and there are a number of different options you can look at for removing that, moving it around, switching it around. Kind of brings me to my next point. When is your opt-in displaying on your site? Is it popping up right when your site loads, like just big, really intrusive, blocking your website? Is it loading or entering your site after a certain time period? Or if someone's going to click the X out of your site, is it popping up then? One thing I like to get away from is the pop-up just hitting right there as your site loads. Okay, you want to give your audience a second or two, or a few seconds to look around your site, get the feel for it, see if what you have is what they need, and then hit them with subscribing to your email list. Okay. A lot of times I like to either have the opt-in reveal itself when someone's getting ready to leave your page, or anywhere from 5, 7, 10, 15 seconds after they enter your page. You give them a few seconds to figure out if your site is what they're looking for, what they need, before you try to grab their email address from them. The next thing is, what is your call to action? Subscribe to our updates, very basic. Something else that doesn't call your audience to action. Email addresses and personal information are kind of very near and dear to your users, so you want to offer them something in exchange for that. Okay, whether it's a free guide or a white paper or something like that. If you're a service provider. Like real estate agents, for example, have great luck with, like a list, like, 10 things you want to look for when shopping for a new home or something like that. If you're a retailer or something like that and you want to offer them a 5-10% discount coupon code, that's great too. At a bare minimum, offer, something exclusive, exclusive information about certain releases or certain new product updates or something like that. Okay. Make it valuable for your audience to part with their email address. Okay, so you don't want to just make it subscribe to our updates. What are they getting for their giving you their email address? And that brings me up to my next point of, you don't need a lot of information from your user, and the more information you ask for, the less they're going to opt in. What's the lowest common denominator, what you need to be able to engage with your audience, your prospective customer? A lot of times it's a first name and an email address. Okay, you don't need their phone number, you don't need their zip code, you don't need their age, you don't need their shoe size. Start that dialogue. If you're on the dating scene, you're not going to walk into a bar and walk up to someone and say, "Hey, let's get married." No, you have a drink, get to know them, that kind of thing. This is exactly the same thing. Okay, you want to you got to give a little to get a little there. Okay, now let's take a look at what your submit button is saying. A lot of times people will just, go quick and say submit. Yeah, well, okay, that's a little weak, okay? So, make it interesting. Like, like I've had a good success with one that says something like, "Give me the goods," or, "Hey, okay, I'm in." Make it that call to action. That person is making that action to say, "Okay, I'm in, I'm game, let's do this," okay? Submit, I hate to say that's 90s. Okay, you're taking it back to the 90s there. Don't do that. Okay, we're in 2016, 2017, a few days. Change it up a little bit. Okay, so you want to have something compelling and something like that says, hey, you know, to your audience, yes, I'm in, I'm game, let's party. Okay. The next thing you want to do when you start moving these things and switching them around, test them regularly. Okay, don't just stick it out there and hope for the best and expect the worst, whatever. Okay, test regularly. Okay, you know, fix it up, change it up a little bit, let it run for a couple weeks, see what you're getting. Okay, and then change just one thing. Okay, maybe when the opt-in loads, maybe what your submit button says, maybe your offer. Okay, maybe something as simple as the color on your opt-in. Okay, change one thing. Okay, and there's also a lot of programs out there that'll let you A/B test, so you can run two versions at the same time, to where certain people see one version, certain people will see another. So you can look at that and go, okay, which one's converting better? Okay, then you take that and you move on and you change something else, and over time you're going to get to a point where, okay, this is where we're at. Okay, we're getting a good amount of subscribers because we made these changes, we tested them, everything's great. So, you know, that'll last you for a while. But then your subscribers will start dropping off again, and you got to repeat the process over again. Okay, so bear in mind, like your website and like your internet presence, your email opt-in is a living, breathing thing. You have to feed it, you have to change it, you have to burp it. Okay, so bear that in mind. Okay, so use some of these tips. Let me know. Hit me up, email, Facebook, whatever. Let me know what worked for you, what didn't. We all learn from each other here. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or anything like that, hit me up, email, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Okay? So, till next time, America. See you soon.